Christmas is just around the corner and we are excited to show you the new and innovative product known as Collabox. Collabox is a social enterprise that curates the best of Filipino products. Let's get to know more about gift giving and giving back as we talk with Collabox founder April Ang Vanio. Hi everyone, I'm Rachel and welcome to the Tribes Show where we uncover stories and experiences. For this episode, we'll be uncovering social impact entrepreneurship. Yes, you can do both at the same time. So I have here with me one of my good friends and a social entrepreneur and founder of Collabox, April Ang Vanio. April.
Hi Rachel.
So first of all, maybe you can introduce yourself first to the audience and what Collabox is about.
Hi everyone, my name is April Ang Vanio and I started Collabox this year. With its name, it's actually a collaborative box. As a social enterprise, we aim to connect people and companies and organizations to brands that make a positive impact. As you mentioned, Rachel, yes, with entrepreneurship and social impact, you can do both at the same time.
Look at you jumping into entrepreneurship. Like, where did that come from? Before you answer that question, I want to know what were you doing before you became an entrepreneur?
So actually, Rachel, with my work before, I was surrounded by entrepreneurs. I worked as a policy consultant doing development of programs. We also provided technical advice to different organizations that promotes economic development. So in that way, I was really inspired by these business owners and entrepreneurs who wanted to push out and create new products and build brands. And I also had a bit of background in CSR and social development. So in that sense, like what you said earlier, I think putting together social impact and entrepreneurship, that's very possible. And here I am.
Yeah, well, I guess that's why the transition was very natural for you, right?
Yes.
Because of your background.
Yes.
There's often a disconnect when it comes to, a business and social impact, right?
Mm-hmm.
Normally we think of businesses as just earning profits or making profits, while social impact is like, what non-profit organizations do. There's dole outs, etc. But then new business models now kind of blend both. They put the social impact in the business model. But this concept, I guess, is not very new yet. It's still very new in the Philippines. There's quite a few already though. There's Anthill and there's Bambike. But to those who are not yet aware of what it is about, maybe we can tell more about it to our audience.
Yes, so it's been here for quite a while. Social entrepreneurship has been growing as an industry, and like what you said, it's not just about profit, right? Because with social impact or social entrepreneurship, impact is a core into the business model. There are different ways or different, models that people follow when they're starting their social businesses. But I think to keep it simple, there are the 3 P's that normally you hear, which is people, planet, and profit.
The triple bottom line.
Yes, exactly. So with that triple bottom line, you know that you want to be a sustainable business, you do want to grow, you want to be profitable, because with that capacity to grow, you're able to also make a bigger impact. So whether you are like what you mentioned, like Bambike, which promotes, the construction or, putting together this new kind of bike made of bamboo, you can definitely make, profit in that kind of business, like any other traditional business. So I think what we need to keep in mind is, the triple bottom line, and obviously there's a lot of work out there. A lot of entrepreneurs, even outside the Philippines, that are showing new and innovative ways on achieving multiple goals when they start their social enterprise.
That's good because social impact is already like first in mind in your business, whereas maybe for others it's mostly like maybe an afterthought. They chuck it in the CSR box or CSR activities, but this one is like first in mind, right? How do you call that? Architecture is already in the business model. But how about this? Do social enterprises earn less than a traditional business or regular business?
Well, I won't call myself an expert to really be able to share what are the metrics and the differences between traditional businesses and social businesses. But I truly believe that if a social entrepreneur wants to succeed, I think they have to be able to have that business sense strong enough to sustain that business while they are creating that positive impact through their business models. So I could answer that even the other way around. Maybe yes, social entrepreneurs can make more money if they really try. But I think what needs to also change is the mindset of how businesses should be done. And I am a strong advocate to how we are able to transform traditional businesses to really look into how they can become social businesses themselves, whether it's through the production of their goods or the way that they also hire their own people, how they make sure within their value chain they're able to support, protect, and promote the different communities and stakeholders around them. So I think everybody should be a social entrepreneur if you're an entrepreneur.
Okay, yeah, I guess it's just not the KPI shouldn't be just the bottom line, right? Not just the net income, but among other things.
Yeah.
And with that, I'm curious, like, what are the KPIs for a social enterprise for Collabox? What are you guys looking into to know that you're successful?
Yes, I mean, initially, if you look into it, it's almost like a platform, to market and promote these brands. And for me, I think my goal is my success is actually also reflecting the success of the enterprises that I curate or include in my curations. In a way, I want Collabox to be, a way to create a louder voice. Like tribes, I would like to be, a storyteller of sorts for the kinds of entrepreneurs or even, the artisans, the farmers, and the weavers that are behind the scenes in creating these products. So for me, that's one. Really, as an economic benefit, if I'm doing well with my sales, then it also reflects on the sales of these enterprises. On the other hand, also, what I do want to use as a KPI, echoing what I mentioned about storytelling, is the audience that I'll be able to reach. Because I think with the kinds of channels now with social media and ways of bringing people together and a community that you can actually build, I think that's a way to multiply that effect of change. Because let's say, for example, us talking here with the audience that you have at tribes, the more we educate and the more we promote, we allow awareness of these social innovations. And who knows, we can inspire others as well. I mean, that would be a humbling experience for me.
I see a lot of innovations in your business, and first the business model, you're going to be using subscription model, and then your product is also curation. I'm curious about that aspect also. That's also a new innovation that I see. How are you able to curate your products into your box?
Yeah, so earlier on it was a hobby for me to buy these products, not only for myself, but also giving them away as gifts. So just a little bit of context that's how it all started. As you asked me, to answer that question for how do I curate, initially I do have my personal contacts. From the people that I was able to meet, the friends that I was able to make that are social entrepreneurs. And the community is still quite small, so we can always try to lead each other to new friends that are in the space. But I think for the curations themselves, I want to be able to tell a story alongside an advocacy. So for the different boxes that we would be putting out, we could actually introduce themes as as specific as women empowerment. So the products would actually be made by women, or we'd be talking about sustainable agriculture, as we did last month for World Food Day.
I thought you were like really zeroing the zero hunger in the SDG. It's not just that?
Well, actually, we did want to highlight SDG 2, which was zero hunger. Ani, which was harvest. Ani is translated to harvest. We really wanted to promote sustainable agriculture, because with zero hunger, that is one of the things that we need to push for. How do we allow or provide access also to technology and knowledge to our Filipino farmers, so that they can actually practice sustainable agriculture? And on the other hand, how can we reach out to more people to be mindful of the source of what the food that they're eating? And so that's the first one that we've introduced. So the upcoming boxes would also be surrounding themes like that. And as I mentioned, we'd want it to be a platform for advocacy. And yeah, we started off with SDG 2, but who knows, the next SDG what we could also highlight as a social, entrepreneur and a social enterprise. That's really the kind of voice and the kind of stories we do want to highlight in these boxes.
So you mentioned your innovation in the curations, and then also with the subscription model. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, so subscription model, we're quite familiar with that with the traditional subscriptions. I don't know if you remember, subscribing to magazines. They send it over to your house every month. And now a lot of times, I think in Europe and in the US, whatever you can think of, a lot of people are now subscribing to makeup or body care, food and snacks, or toys and games, etc. So the subscription model is growing. It's an industry that's also really disrupting retail. I really wanted to adopt that model in order to highlight Filipino excellence, the kinds of quality products that we do have right here from homegrown brands. And we see that probably in magazines as well. We can subscribe to a magazine and see, oh, these are amazing Filipino products. But wouldn't it be exciting that what you subscribe is actually to try out those products and see them, taste them, or try them on themselves.
Oh.
Yourself, I mean.
Yeah, I mean, there's also like a surprise element, right? Never know what you'll get in the box for this month and then for next month.
Yes, so when we launch the subscription next year in 2019, we will be teasing, our customers on what they could expect, but they wouldn't really know until we send out and deliver the boxes. So it will be very exciting for our customers.
Yeah, it's like when my son has the Kinder Egg, like, what toy am I gonna get?
Exactly.
Yeah, it has that surprise element.
Like toys for grown-ups.
Yeah, to the social enterprise also. Wow. So aside from that, I also see innovations in the partnerships that you're doing. Who are you connected with now? Or what other suppliers? And are you also going straight to the source? I'm curious.
Yes, I mean, I think with the collaboration as the core value of the company, we try to really sit down with these brands and these entrepreneurs that we are featuring. It's not just, we're shopping it off and then put it in a box and sending them away to customers. We do talk to these entrepreneurs and the businesses behind them, because as I mentioned, we want to tell their story, the story of the entrepreneur, the story of their artisans or their farmers or the people in their teams. And this collaboration will also be highlighting a common cause or a common advocacy. So I think a very concrete example, which we started off with the Ani food Collabox. It was in partnership with Eco Store, which is a pioneer in sustainable lifestyle through their stores. And with them on board, we can work together in terms of their expertise, their influence, as well as how we can integrate that surprise factor, that gift factor, and giving people a taste of the different things that they have to offer. because in the end, if people like what they've tried in the box, they can go ahead and visit Echo Store themselves. So that's how I want Collabox to be. We would have these items as discoveries, as new things, and as they find out where they're from and where they can find them, or even buy more, whether online or visiting at their stores, they can definitely do that.
Okay, yeah, congratulations. I really commend you for all your innovations and good luck on your venture. Maybe you can give a shout out about your future events and what we expect from you and Collabox.
Yeah, so we all know it's Christmas time, it's holiday season, and that's the gifting season, and we are actually introducing the holiday gifts. I have here a bit of a pamphlet, but we'll be releasing this online. Check us on Facebook. We're introducing our gifts of love, which is gugma, and then we have gifts of joy, which is kalipay, gifts of peace, which is kalinaw. So these are the kinds of curations that we're also going to be sharing for our customers, so that they can give away not just things that could make people smile, but things that can make a big difference as well.
Where can we find you and how can they order?
Well, they can go online on Facebook. So we're on Facebook, collabox.co. That's COLLABOX.co. And yeah, we're also on curated crates for our initial subscription.
Hey everyone, it's Rachel again, and with me is April, the founder of Collabox, and we're gonna do an unboxing for one of the Collabox gift sets. So what do you call this package?
Well, this is actually part of our Pasko, which is for Christmas, and it's a non-food gift set. So I hope you enjoy uncovering or unboxing what's inside.
What do you call this? Okay. Right. How much is one box, by the way?
Well, for our Pasko special gift sets, we have a 5,000 set, and you get 3 different gift boxes you can choose from. So we'll be having different kinds of themes as well.
Oh, okay. Right. This one is...
Well, this one is actually for the traveler. As you can see, we have some items that are local weaves from actually a Cebuano social enterprise, Anthill. So we have this one, which is actually, the taco clip for your chargers or your wires. And if you can see, that one is a headband that matches your outfit right now.
Right, let me try. Yeah, I guess. Oh, wait.
Yes, the tag is right there too. And of course, the travel bag tag for your luggage.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so those are from Anthill. And
this one?
That one is from Habi Lifestyle. They actually work with women weavers in Manila. And as you can see, it's an eco bag. So if you want to go to the beach, or sometimes even, when you go grocery shopping, it unfolds into this little bag, and you can even use this as a pocket.
Oh wow, I didn't notice that.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes. And it comes in different colors as well.
This one?
Yes. This one is actually a bamboo toothbrush. So Mimi and Me can be found in Roots Katipunan, which is actually also a really great place to discover social enterprise products. As its name, it's in Katipunan. So check them out if you're in Manila. And of course, you may be familiar with Rags to Riches. So this is the Vanna pouch.
Yeah, great for your makeups and toiletries.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah, this would be a perfect kit for travelers.
Yes.
And what do you have there, April?
Well, I already took it out of the box. This is just a shuffle of some of the items, not really a specific curation, but I just wanted to show how diverse, food boxes could be, especially for those who would eventually subscribe to us next year. From, coffee, for the coffee lovers out there, we have Peace and Coffee from Echo Store. They actually support a community in Sulu, in Mindanao. And we have here Mom's House of Mushrooms. So if you think about snacking, think about snacking mushroom chips. So it's also promoting healthy snacks, including this one too. Yes, fruit crisps as well, from Also Healthy. This is really good. My friends who are new moms say that this is really amazing. So I believe in them. But I think everyone can enjoy this. But we also have like items like this one, which is quite interesting, which is rice. This is violet rice, but we have red rice, brown rice, and even black rice from Echo Store. And the interesting thing that we will be introducing with our food boxes is tips and recipes for our customers to try with the different products that they would receive in their boxes.
Wow.
So it's definitely going to be exciting for them when they do receive it.
Yeah, and every curation of a box is really well thought of and made with love.
Yes, definitely.
This episode, thanks to April, we learned a lot about social impact and entrepreneurship, and yes, we can do both at the same time. There's a lot of technical jargon in our conversation, so if you just got lost somewhere and are unfamiliar with some of the terms, no worries. We've laymanized them for you.
Now, a lot of times, I think in Europe and in the US, whatever you can think of, a lot of people are now subscribing to makeup or body care, food and snacks, or toys and games, etc. So the subscription model is growing. It's an industry that's also really disrupting retail. I really wanted to adopt that model in order to highlight Filipino excellence.
First is the subscription model. Subscription model is a business model where customers pay a subscription to avail of a good or service. So in a traditional sense, we see this a lot in magazines and newspapers, but it's also becoming very popular in recent years across industries. Many apps like Spotify or that app that teaches you how to set a fire, they have a monthly fee. Even some businesses that started with a single purchase model like Adobe, they have CS6, have gone pay-as-you-go or subscription model through the Creative Cloud as well. So it's been a very successful model through the years. What are the KPIs for social enterprise for Collabox? What are you guys looking into to know that you're successful? KPIs are business terms short for key performance indicators. There are different KPIs depending on what you're measuring, whether it's sales, it's marketing, it's productivity, or whether it's the business's financial health. Examples of KPIs include net profit margin, current assets or current liabilities ratio, debt to equity ratio, return on income, return on equity, etc. But with a venture like April, which is a social venture, not only do you have to think about your business health, but there's also social ROIs and KPIs to think about. And what or how can we measure social impact or goodness?
To keep it simple, there are the 3 P's that normally you hear, which is people, planet, and profit.
The triple bottom line.
Yes.
Triple bottom line is a concept in business and economics where a firm broadens its focus and not just on making money. Let's put it this way. At its most basic, capitalism as described by the economist Adam Smith, and during the industrial era, it's all about creating economic value. Money, money, money. However, human society has soon realized that it's not enough to think about your own self-interest. So we progress to a society where the companies have thought about taking care of their people, and external organizations like government and non-profit organizations are created to take care of the welfare of the environment and the society. But then this particular model isn't very sustainable either. So we realize that we need a model where social good is not just an afterthought. It has to be included at the very start in the business model and the strategy itself. April mentioned in our interview that it's not just social enterprises who must be socially and environmentally good. There's no us, there's no them. We all have to collectively take full responsibility of our actions. All businesses have to think about people, profit, and planet at the very core of their business.
Yeah, we started off with SDG 2, but who knows, the next SDG what we could also highlight as a social, entrepreneur.
SDG is short for United Nations Sustainable Development Goals and is a universal call to help end poverty and save the planet. The SDGs are a good tool to assess yourself and your organization on what you've done to help you in your little ways to do the triple bottom line. There are 17 SDGs according to the UN, and in our episode, April with Collabox decided to focus on zero hunger for now, although she shared that she has plans to have different themes to tackle different goals in the future. So if you want to know more about Collabox, social entrepreneurship, and more, watch the whole episode on my TV on the following schedules, or you can watch it on YouTube by clicking on the links below.